How great of a gaming mouse can you get for under $50? Do me a favor, comment below on whether or not you would prefer a wired mouse for gaming or a wireless. Let's check out the title and I'll see you guys in a bit. Hey peeps, welcome back to Low on Cash. This is CJ3K. Today we're going to look at the Dragon Griffin wired mouse, the wireless Razer Basketless X Hyperspeed, say that 3 times fast, and the Logitech G305. Let's get these unboxed and I'll give you some quick thoughts. Alright, first up we're going to look at the Dragon Griffin. So let's get the Razer and the Logitech moved out of the way. It comes in this little plastic case, smoky black as you can see. Nothing too fancy, although I'm not sure why they used a plastic case. Plastic shroud over the mouse, pulling it out. It's a wired mouse, obviously. Let's get that moved over. It comes with a Red Dragon sticker and the instruction manual. Let's not even bother taking a look at that. Let's get this box moved out of the way. We'll get this push off to the side as well. And let's open up the Razer Basketless X Hyperspeed next. Typical Razer box with your green and black on it. Not too bad looking. Simple pull tab to pull it out. Instruction manual. It's your typical Razer fare. It's nice that they include these wireless mice with batteries. Let's pull it out and take a look at it. Oh, not a bad looking mouse at all. Very similarly built to my Razer Viper Ultimate instruction manual, like I said. Let's get that moved over to the side and open up the Logitech G305. I really love the way this mouse looks. I had to get this color. Let's get it opened up. Another little foam baggy thing. I can see a battery hanging out down there. Kind of struggling to get the instructions out of here. Alright, simple instructions. It looks like it comes with a Logitech sticker as well. Let's get this mouse pulled out first. Maybe. Oh, looks so good. So good. That's about it for the unboxing. There's the instruction manual. Yeah, Logitech sticker. And the manual that comes with it. The color collection. Alright, we're going to take a look at the Dragon Griffin first. This mouse is right around $20 on Amazon pretty much all day. So I thought it was a good value to take a look at. You can change 5 different user profiles using a button on the bottom of the mouse. It also comes with 5 different levels of DPI settings. I'll display them on the screen somewhere for you guys to take a look at. There's also 7 different RGB profiles you can set on this mouse. They're pretty basic, but they get the job done. It's a $20 mouse. What do you really expect? And it doesn't really look that bad, honestly. The Griffin felt really good in my hand at first. It fits really nice, but it's a bit larger of a mouse than I'm used to. I usually use the Razer Viper Ultimate. So it took some time for my hand to really get used to using the mouse. And I found that after playing with it for about an hour or so, my hand got a little bit sore. But after about a week of usage, my hand got used to it and the soreness went away. No problems at all. Well, the look of this mouse is pretty good, I would say. It has a very strong gamer aesthetic. The top of the mouse is built out of a soft touch matte plastic. And there's a glossy textured plastic on either side of the mouse. Honestly, it felt really good and it was very comfortable after the adjustment period to game on it for long periods. The overall weight and the feel of the Griffin felt pretty good in the hand. It didn't feel too heavy and there was not any significant change with it sliding around the mat as I was using it. So it felt pretty good. The cable is a little more stiff than I would have liked, which is another reason I prefer wired mice, which we'll get into a little bit later. But after I secured it to my desk, it stayed out of the way for the most part. So honestly, at just $20, this gaming mouse by Dragon was pretty good. After some adjustment, it did feel very good in the hand. The DPI levels were easy to change. And I found a pretty decent middle ground with the standardized DPI settings. The RGB was fine. I don't really need it. I mean, it's not make or break on a mouse if it has RGB or not, but it's a nice inclusion for $20. All right, let's take a look at the Razer Basketless X Hyperspeed, which I'm not going to keep saying that whole thing. I picked up this mouse for about $45 on sale on Amazon. I believe the MSRP is $60. Once again, somewhere around here. I'll put it up on screen for you guys. At $45, I felt like it was a pretty good value for what you were getting. For those of you who are unfamiliar, most Razer products can be used with the Synapse 3 software. You didn't need to install the software to use the mouse out of the box. It's already pre-configured with 5 different DPI settings. But if you really want to be able to customize the DPI settings, macros, you see the battery life, various other things that the Synapse software handles, you really want to install the software on your laptop or desktop, whatever you're using this on. Overall, the Basketless was a bit smaller than the Red Dragon mouse was. So initially it was much more comfortable in the hand, and I didn't have any problems with hand soreness after using it for a while. The top of the mouse is built with a matte plastic. Feels pretty good. There's a rubberized micro texture on either side of the mouse, which also felt really good in the hand as well. My hands don't really sweat, but I can see like the rubber providing extra grip for you if you do have sweaty hands. The buttons and overall feel of the mouse in general was top-notch in my opinion. The scroll wheel had a very nice clicky tactile feel to it. Didn't sound funny as you were scrolling through. All the buttons are your standard kind of clicky mouse presses, but overall the mouse felt really good. One feature I really liked about this mouse was the magnetically attached top plate. And underneath this top plate is where you insert the single AA battery and where the USB dongle is at for the hyperspeed connectivity. This mouse can also be used Bluetooth. I did test out both, and you generally don't want to game with a Bluetooth keyboard, you don't generally want to game with a Bluetooth mouse as there's a little bit of latency introduced. The USB dongle worked flawlessly every time. Battery life on the Basketless is rated at 450 hours. I used this mouse for about a week straight, for 8 to 12 hours a day, and never got anywhere close to depleting the battery. All right, lastly, let's take a peep at the Logitech G305. This mouse retails for right around $50 on Amazon, and that's what I paid for it as well. Right off the bat, I really liked the color scheme of this mouse. And that's one thing Logitech is really good at, is having very colorful, personalized mice. You can pretty much find any pattern to suit your needs. And this particular mouse is, let's see, it comes in, I believe, in 4 different colors. I'll put a picture up of the color somewhere. Just like the Basketless X, the G305 comes with the Logitech software where you can customize the buttons, the pulling rate, the DPI levels, macros, pretty much anything. I did find it weird it didn't show the battery level in the software, or maybe I just didn't notice it. The software is pretty intuitive and easy to use. You don't need the software, just like with the Razer as well, to use the mouse out of the box. If you don't install the software, you are stuck with whatever the 5 adjustable profiles are out of the box. Unlike the Basketless X, the G305 cannot be used over Bluetooth. One thing I have to say, I felt like the G305, the button clicks felt a little cheaper or loud and hollow sounding. It just didn't have a good feel to them, even compared to the Griffin mouse, which was only $20. I didn't experience any functionality issues or problems with it. It didn't feel as good as I would have wanted for $50. Also, just like the Razer mouse, this top plate comes off, although it's not set up as slick as the Razer is. It actually has a little clicky mechanism that you pull it out, where the battery and the USB dongle's at. I will say that I had a problem getting the USB dongle out. It was in there and it was very stiff. I actually had to use one of my little Lego wrenches for one of my car sets I have to actually get the dongle out of the mouse. I couldn't even use it until I got it out. The battery layout's just the same. It's in the center of the mouse, so the weight feels pretty good. Overall, I think it's maybe a hair lighter than the Razer. You know what? Just for measurement's sake, I'll throw up the weight differences on the screen of the two mice. The G305 battery life is rated a little bit different than the Razer's. Logitech rates this mouse at 250 hours of continuous use. Also, just like the Razer, I didn't experience any issues using it for the week that I did. Battery life stayed at 100% the whole time. And this is using the mouse pretty much 8 to 12 hours a day. So pretty good battery life. The G305 performed just as expected as the Razer mouse and the Griffin wired mouse when sliding around the desk. The sliders on the bottom of the mouse didn't have any issues. Everything felt good. Yeah, I don't really have anything bad to say about that. I have to say overall, I really enjoyed mixing it up and using these 3 gaming mice over the course of the last 3 or so weeks. So when I think about my time I spent with the Griffin, really, I was impressed overall. I think the worst thing I can say about that mouse is the wire annoyed me just because it's so stiff. But if a wired mouse doesn't bother you, then I mean, it's a great choice at $20. Unsurprisingly, the Basketless X felt great in the hand. I really enjoyed the slickness of the battery compartment, being able to pop off and use magnets to secure it. Battery life was really good. The buttons and the scroll wheel felt great. It performed very well while I was using it. I think when you're thinking about the G305, Logitech kind of put form over function. I think the mouse knocks it out of the park when it comes to looks. There's just something about that blue and teal's color scheme that just, I don't know, it just tickles my fancy. But overall, the mouse felt really good to use. At $50, it's not too bad of a price. I think the Basketless X or the Griffin might be a better value just because I didn't really like the buttons and the scroll was okay. But overall, it's not a bad mouse if you prefer the look of it. Okay, so wrap up my thoughts. Just the superb value that the Griffin represents. I don't have a choice but to recommend it. After the short adjustment period, the mouse just felt great to use. Everything worked great. The DPI levels were to my liking. $20, this is an extreme value. Seriously extreme. If you would prefer to go wireless, which like I do, you can't go wrong with either one, but for my money, I would definitely choose the Basketless X. Overall, the G305 is not a bad mouse. I just think that the Razer and the Red Dragon have it beat. All right, guys, that wraps it up for today. Let me finish out by saying thank you for the view, and if you're at least moderately happy with this video, please consider hitting that subscribe button. But if you're really happy with it, please also hit that like button and maybe the notification bell so when I do drop new videos, you guys can be the first to see it. So thanks for the view, guys. I'll catch you next time.